Greetings, everyone. This video is the resurrection of Hitler's philosophy. Looking at the countries around the globe, I see a transformation taking place. The local law enforcement is adopting a militarized tone and appearance. Guided by a militarized mentality, some police officers are intolerant of citizens' inability to be compliant when given instructions. Some will exterminate an unarmed citizen for not complying properly to instructions. I know that not all cops have this type of mentality, just some. It's this gung ho mentality that's racking up the numbers of casualties of unarmed black people. Now, the ones that are poised for a battle with police, pointing a weapon at them, saying, bring it on, I can understand the police firing on them in that type of situation. That can be justified. However, firing on an unarmed person who isn't making any threatening moves or isn't lurching at them, this is just cold blooded and it can't be justified. Now, let's look at the training that police receive. From what I hear, police are trained using military style tactics. Their main focus is to eliminate the threat and to make it home alive. If a person is a legitimate threat, wielding a weapon such as a gun or a knife, then that militarized response can be justified. It's over the top murdering someone for not complying properly to instructions or who is unarmed. Some cite the training as a problem. It could be the training, plus it could be something else. If it is the training, as some people say, then just as many whites and non blacks would be deceased as blacks when they encounter a police officer. The number of non blacks being terminated would be closely related to the number of blacks being terminated. That would be the case if it is just the training. Some people have noticed and have compared police encounters with whites and black people. Mostly all of them have said that a white individual who is non-compliant and resists arrest is less likely to be exterminated by a law enforcement officer. Others say that a black person who encounters a police officer is more likely to be exterminated, even if they are unarmed. And some believe that if a black person complies with the police officer's instructions, that he still may be or she may be exterminated by police. It's cold blooded to exterminate someone under these circumstances. The people that authorities encounter while walking or during traffic stops, they would like to make it home as well. No one's life should be taken over something as trivial as being unarmed or not being able to comply to the letter to police instructions. Other options would be just to tase the person. At least this way, he or she would go home alive. Medical attention should be given to the victims immediately to preserve their lives if they are shot. And it should not be a fatal shot if you have to shoot somebody, especially if they're unarmed and they're not threatening to you in any kind of way. Time is of the essence when somebody has been shot. And I think they should, an ambulance should be called right away. These people should not be left to meet their demise on the scene. The police shootings of unarmed black citizens and the rise of concentration camps are consistent with Hitler's regime. Hitler's regime included concentration camps and exterminating certain citizens. Hitler had a complete control over all aspects of the people's lives back then. Those who did not fit into Hitler's ideal society were exterminated. That included blacks, Jews, and the disabled people. If one was no longer productive, he or she was exterminated. He attempted to spread his policies to North America, but was unsuccessful back then. With blacks being exterminated for illegitimate reasons and some people in society turning a blind eye to these sinister acts, we're headed down a slippery slope. You can sit or stand by and ignore it, but sooner or later it may come to your doorstep. The police shootings of unarmed black citizens is fueling the crises. If this is not the case, why is there one crisis following another? This has become the trend, and crises are on the rise. Overall, blacks are getting the worst of it, being executed unarmed, or so they say, not properly following instructions. It's like a broken record playing over and over again. Not all blacks are guilty of not following instructions. Most of them have common sense and know that if they fail to comply, they will suffer consequences. Some followed instructions and were still eliminated. Why should unarmed people be the sacrificial lambs in society for the elite or anyone else? Thank you for listening and watching the video. If you like to support my channel, subscribe. And I'd like to know what your thoughts are. Leave some comments. I'd like to know what you're thinking. Also, click on the like or dislike button. I'd like to know whether you like it or you don't. And share this video with others that may be interested in this message. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.